Yeah.
I'll start. Here we go. 3,
Oh.
2. Can we leave the? We need to leave Casey.
Oh.
Casey, if you're listening at Real Radio Studios, we must leave Jana's. Where she realizes she made a mistake in there. Hey, it is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
On the line with us right now, you heard her go, oh, it is our good friends, the Shuffers, Jana and Jason. StartLivingLucky.com. What's up, guys?
Hello, welcome back.
So what have you been up to lately since the last time we talked to you?
I'm another year older.
I'm another year
so
older.
is Tom.
Jana
Tom
just finished her TEDx.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Tom just had a birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Why
Thank
don't
you.
we celebrate together?
You guys should do
Yes,
that.
joint
All
birthday
right.
party.
I love a good joint birthday. Where are you guys
Oh.
going to do it? Where are you guys going to do it? Captain D's? No Captain D's?
No,
All right.
that's-
Nobody
no,
likes.
that's a
Apparently,
no.
people don't like Hush Puppies.
I was just telling Daniel this morning that I wish nobody remembered my birthday. So
yeah, he was.
that,
He was telling me that.
I could just
Yeah.
be another day. Because
I wasn't
going
going to tell people you said that because
Is
that's
that
really
sad? Is that sad?
Yeah, it's a
Sound
little
like
sad.
It's not meant to be
middle-aged
sad.
Woman. That's what you sound like. Because most
She
women,
just said you sound like a
they-
middle-aged woman.
they get to that point where they're like, oh, please don't celebrate my birthday. Don't celebrate my birthday. Because it's a measuring
Yeah.
stick.
You're
It's
like-
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I've turned this old. And in my head, when I was little, by this age, I would have accomplished this much, and I would have been at this point in my life, and I would have had this much money, and I would have been at this point in my
That's what he
career.
was talking about. Yes, you get it. That's what he was.
No, I,
No, I think
it's
he
not
just
really about
doesn't.
that.
I don't think he cares about it at all.
It's more about when people do something for you and they're like, why aren't you happier? And then I'm like, I'm happy. I was fine. And then they get mad that I'm not happier.
This is happy face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
You know what, Tom? Today is actually it's do a random act of kindness for a grouch day. Did you know that?
For a grouch?
Do a random
Yes.
act of kindness for a grouch day. Well, man,
Do
people
something
should
nice for a grouch day.
people should be doing stuff for you all day.
Right? We should do something nice
No,
for
he
you.
doesn't want that. And he doesn't. And he certainly
No
doesn't want to be
grouches
labeled a
want
grouch.
that. If I know grouches, we want to be left alone.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
like-
yesterday I didn't
yeah.
say anything nice about it.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
right.
even wish him a happy
I
birthday
appreciated
to his
that.
That's what he
face.
wanted.
Yeah. Like, when I got here, I was glad that Sam didn't
I didn't
say
even
anything.
mention it.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it here. I said it on the show because I thought that's what we were supposed to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But I didn't say it when you walked in. I usually just gave you the yo, and then I tucked down and I get scared of you around
Yeah,
here.
it's actually
It's like working with young Scrooge.
I think a lot of people, they look at grouches and they're like, I need to turn this guy around.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know?
I can change
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but it's kind of like
I like a charity case. You
Like-
gotta flip them around. It's
like-
a
I can
challenge.
fix him.
Yeah, it's
like
a challenge.
a religious person seeing a gay person and be like, I can fix this problem. But
Yeah.
it's like, that's how this person is.
Right.
That's how the grouch is. He was born that way.
Right.
And
But
there's-
what have you? I think you're more grouchy now than you used to be when I first met you. You are certainly more focused on your grouchiness now.
Oh.
Well,
I think now you lean
some
in.
people are more gay at the beginning of their life and less gay.
I
It's just like-
I don't
Sometimes
know
you
about
get the
that.
best
I don't know if they're.
of
I
it.
don't know.
That might be a hot tip.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you can write that down
Okay.
because I'm not sure you get gayer. I don't think that's
you
a thing.
can.
I think he
You
said
can.
less gay.
Yeah. Either
Or
way.
I don't know that
Either way.
happened.
It could go either way. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
that's a different thing.
That's bisexual.
Thank
That's
you.
different.
We're linked up
Well,
today.
I'm just saying the grouch was always inside. It just got
Well, now you're talking about the movie Hellraiser.
it got
You've
Pushed to the
unleashed
forefront.
Activated.
it.
It got
And you're
activated.
like, once it comes out,
Yeah.
then who cares?
You tickled the
right?
dragon.
yeah. It's just as you
Crazy
get
by
older,
grouchable.
you get grouchier. I think that's how.
Okay. I mean, I don't think you
And
have to.
I'm not.
Grumpy old man, I guess.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Okay.
even grouchy or grumpy. I'm just nothing. And then
See, you think you're nothing,
Yeah.
but you're not.
You can't. It's like.
Well,
It's like.
I'm just telling you.
It's like.
People are like, you are mad. I'm like, no, I'm not. And like, yes, you are. I know you're.
No,
what
but
you're
I,
feeling.
yeah, I think Sam hit the nail on the head. I think it's impossible for a person to tell their own level of grouchiness.
Oh, okay. So I am grouchy. And
You're
I
not
don't
aware
think-
of it,
and
yeah.
I'm not
To
aware
you,
of
you're
it.
not because you're in it. It's like
That's just who you are.
That's just who you are. But to us,
It's
we're
a
kind
blind spot. It's
My
a
farts smell good.
Yeah, it's like people
Hold on,
like
well,
to
that's
say
absurd.
that it's don't sting.
It's called a scotoma, I think. It's when you don't realize, you don't see it. Your brain won't allow you to see how grouchy you actually are.
Well, okay. Enough about me, and let's start talking about
Let's
you
talk
guys.
about you guys. How grouchy are you?
Well,
This isn't a therapy
yeah,
session.
good Lord. Leave him alone.
Speaking of this topic, let's just say that some people are wired certain ways, right? Like
I'm a chirper. I'm wired that way.
there's certain people wired a certain way, and then that's how they are, and then that it makes it harder for them to go through life the way they're wired because other people around them are like, you are abrasive, or I don't like the way this person's wired, and then they constantly try to change you.
Wait,
and
I thought we're not talking about you anymore.
How can you change, Jana and Jason?
How do you navigate
How do you
that
change
space?
yourself?
Yeah.
We try to accept people for the way they are, but we've actually been taking this class where we're studying Enneagrams. Do you know your Enneagram?
What is that?
So it's like a personality type, and there is a type of personality. It's called the challenger. And it's exactly what you just said, where this type of person is they're kind of combative. They like to challenge people. They're a little grouchy.
They just want to know that you're passionate about something, and they're going to question that passion until you prove it. And then they're like, okay.
Yeah, they kind of like, but here's the thing. No matter what your personality is, there's positives and negatives to whatever traits you have.
Yeah, there are no
That's
good or
the
bad
thing.
personality types. It's
So
Oh, yeah, I
even
believe that.
grouchiness, there's a positive to being grouchy.
I wouldn't
Okay.
even describe you as grouchy. I think I just describe you as like sort of quiet.
I don't know, man. This morning he was talking about how he's gonna die.
Oh, yeah, well, okay.
That's how I think. I was just like,
yeah.
there's not that much time. What does it matter?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I don't even know how to classify
But
that.
it's
It's
true.
like sad. What's worse
There's
than
only
grouchy?
20 years left.
I guess it's sad.
Yeah,
right?
what's worse than
They
grouchy?
No, I mean, look, I will refrain from telling how I feel.
Well, I think where people get confused, if we're really going to dig into it, we don't have to talk about this, but I think where people get confused is there is a thin line between like at some points where like you see people saying, well, I'm going to try to do this to make myself better. It's not necessarily you're changing your personality. You're just trying something that might better yourself, right? It's not going to ever change you. You can't be changed. You are who you are.
Yeah.
But like maybe try something that's going to make, not necessarily make you better to other people, but make you able to navigate life a little easier, right? Because I don't think you want to be categorized as being like abrasive or grouchy. I don't think you ever intend on being grouchy. I don't think that's that's not your intent.
No.
But if you tried some other things here and there, and instead of drawing the line in the sand and saying, this is absolutely impossible, instead of saying that, if you just tried and activated some other things, maybe, just maybe, you might find a few things that actually make your pathway a little easier to navigate. That's all I think people are saying.
Yeah. I know. I understand. Does
that sound sort of accurate? I mean, you guys dive into more of this stuff than I do. I don't even believe in all of it. So
I think Tom's saying my pathway's fine, just people need to get out of the damn way.
okay. There's something to that too.
Well, it's I guess the problem being is that
It's not
I'm
even a problem.
different than a lot of people around me, and then it causes problems because I'm not. I should acclimate to what they are doing. Just to make my life easier. I don't even care. I'll act like whatever anybody wants.
That's not what I was saying.
I'll take on any personality.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, let's try to be a little more cheerful around here then.
Yeah, that's not
My
what
God.
I'm not saying.
For myself, just so
He was.
I'll come here, smile. Hello.
I was like,
on drugs.
I was like, try a couple of
Hello,
things to make your
everybody.
path easier, and he was like, I will take on any personality you give me. That's too far, man. That's not at all what I'm saying.
Can I just-
I don't want you to pretend to be anything.
Can I just go into a closet and then work in a closet, and then I'll come out, I'll do the show, and then I'll hide back in the closet and work alone?
Well, I think what I would say to that is you never used to be that way, so why are you suddenly doing that now? Like, you seem more isolated or wanting to be more isolated now than you've ever wanted to be. So there's
I don't
something
know.
there. I think there's something there to explore, but you've said repeatedly you don't want to explore that stuff, and that's fine. I mean,
I'm out every weekend doing things. Like I'm busy as hell.
No, I know.
So I was like, I'm not hiding
Wait,
away.
I'm so intrigued right now. So are you kind of a chameleon? Depending on who you're around, you kind of take the traits of those around you?
No.
Are you a people pleaser?
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
a people pleaser for sure.
Yeah, I love pleasing.
God, don't ever say that again.
Like I'll tell you the truth. And no matter what situation you put me in, even if I'll go this, which is a hot button for anybody politically, right? You put me in extreme right or extreme left room, right? And they're all talking. I can assimilate to whatever they're talking about, and then just for the ease of not being a contrarian and also not attracting attention to myself or causing a fight. I'll just, whatever they're saying, I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I'll find something, not that I'm going to agree with whatever they're saying, but I'll find something that I can agree with in that, because usually you could find some little
I think that's true for everybody.
Some tiny thing or whatever it is, like oh, yeah, I can see that, or whatever it is. I won't be the person arguing in the room with someone, or or if someone wants to, like, hey, let's all go here. I'll be, let's do it.
Yeah.
Easy going, and I thought that was a personality trait that everybody liked, was easy going, which is the opposite, I would say, of grouchy.
She put her glasses on.
A grouchy person, I feel like, is complaining or grouchy about what everybody decides. I'm easy going. I'll just go along with whatever anybody else wants to do.
I'd say like easy grouchy. It's like a combination of both. It's like a little grouch on an easy going.
But people constantly want to know my inner feelings about something, and then they're upset that I don't have some.
Well, okay, you just landed on it. Everybody says, if Sam says, hey, we all want to go to the ice cream shop, and you're like, I don't care, that's fine, I'm easy going. And then we get over there.
But he doesn't do that. He goes, that's stupid.
No, well, okay.
It stinks.
Well, you're my friends. I tell my friends the truth.
He gives off that attitude, right? So if we all go to the ice cream shop and he's just being quiet, it's kind of like me going to the concert and Andrea didn't want me there, right? Because she knew she could feel the energy I'm giving off of not wanting to be there. So if we all go and do something, even though you're being easygoing and you're saying, yeah, I'll do it, we can still feel that you don't truly want to be there, and that is still powerful.
But that's a false energy, because
false energy.
I feel like emotional people pick up false energies all the time, and they're like, I feel it, and then
but we're not the one that's giving off the vibe that we don't want to be there.
Yeah, but I'm not giving off any vibe. I promise. It's a nothing.
Right, that goes back to you saying you can't feel your own vibe.
He thinks if he's just sitting there quietly, he's not giving out a vibe, and he is.
Yeah, he can't feel
it. That's
again.
We got it.
We nailed it.
They're like,
we figured it out.
You're giving off the stink vibe, right? Like the.
No, he's giving off neutral.
No, what he's perceived as neutral. It's
correct.
not. It is not.
What
neutral.
happens is he's giving off. So Tom is giving off neutral, because I've been there. So Tom's showing up neutral. However, neutral is a detractor.
People take, because I guess you could take neutral, and that's what the thing about neutral is, you could place it in a positive or negative.
That's true. That goes back to what you were saying.
Neutral takes up space. So neutral in a social environment is a detractor.
Well,
gotcha.
It doesn't add and it doesn't take take away.
But
so
it's still there.
Detractor.
But it's still there, right?
It takes up space.
So how do you change that, where it's like most of what I do I'm neutral about, because I'm not super excited or mad, or either way.
I would
it's
agree
like,
with that. Yeah.
I say, like, hey, I'm here.
right. Yeah. I think that's
all right.
perfect.
And then also I like
exist.
other people having fun around me. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Well, you like that.
Yeah. Like, look at them go. They're liking it. And then I'm just hanging out there, and they're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so miserable? I'm like, I'm just hanging out.
I'm just here. I'm here.
And they're like, oh, your energy is ruining the time. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's on you. Like, I'm fine. And they're like, you're ruining it. And then I'm like, I think that's on you, though. If you're taking someone else's energy, because that's not even real. So let's say that. So it's your brain's perception.
Body language is real.
No, I understand that.
How you carry
so
yourself
that gives off an energy and a vibe.
Facial expressions, how you carry yourself, your
if
vibe,
you're sitting there
everything
like
about
this,
you.
Oh, no, that's
if you're sitting there with your arms crossed,
if
no,
you're
but
on your phone,
but you would say that I'm not saying anything. I'm just sitting here. I'm neutral. But you are giving off a vibe when you do stuff like that.
Well,
yeah.
I'm
We're all contagious, and So
What?
you're saying that
Contagious.
energy isn't real? Is that what you're saying, Tom?
Well, I
He
know.
feels like it's just a feeling
He's
in your
made
mind.
he's made up a term
And-
called false energy,
Well,
which I've never heard.
if it's a feeling in your mind, then it's on you because you're the one feeling it and you're the one creating it in your brain. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah. I was just like the energy. I guess it's not that it's not real. It's just it can be perceived in totally different ways.
It's
Like,
kind of like you're saying in a nice way. You're saying, "Well, that's your problem. I'm just sitting here," and I get
Yeah.
that. But then I think people even feel that energy and are like, "Wow, that's a real inadvertent D-head thing to say, right?" I mean, it kind of spirals out of control from there.
For instance, I'll give an example. Like, let's say Sam comes in one day and she's a real bitch. Okay.
Why? What?
I'm just saying it. No,
I'm following.
And then not that even she's acting like that. It's just that you could tell. Like
Something's going on.
Yeah, she is not
Yeah,
happy.
we all do that. We all do that.
Yeah, whatever. Daniel would immediately pick that up and then be
Pick up
affected
on it.
by it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't
Wouldn't even notice.
First,
Yeah,
it'd
you
be hard
probably
for me to
wouldn't
notice, but then even if I did notice, in my mind would be like, I can't do anything about it.
Right.
It's not affecting me, and whatever. And then
I understand that.
And then
Let's let her get over that on her own.
yeah,
She's
he
on her
would.
period.
well, that's what I'd say.
That's what he'd think.
That's what I write in my
He
phone.
would slide me a note that says that.
I've gotten to the point where I literally can go into a crowded room and I can turn to Jason and I can say, those two people have been fighting.
Yeah,
Or
I can do that.
That person
Sure, yeah.
is sad. It's almost
Yeah.
like I can feel
You're an
whatever they're
empath.
feeling.
Well, the
It-
opposite of
it-
that is that to go along with what Tom's saying, I hate that I do that because I can ruin my entire weekend just doing something. Like my own mistakes become things that set me adrift, like coming in, feeding off everybody, bouncing around like a pinball, like an emotional pinball. It's stupid and I hate it. So,
And Dan, I've been the same way. I've had to learn to almost Teflon myself.
Yeah, I'm
because
trying to do that.
I'm very susceptible to other people's energies. So
I'm trying not to chirp as much when I
if
know
you
these
were
guys are over
If you
me.
were sending off a stink vibe and you say you're not sending off a stink vibe, I would feel that, and it would actually, because I'm very empathic, I would start getting into a stink vibe
Right.
mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I would start feeling it too.
I have to
It-
work really hard to not do that, and it sucks because then it makes me feel like I'm a less intelligent person, which I probably am.
So
Yes.
whose responsibility is it to correct that thing? Is it the stink vibe or the person receiving the
yeah.
stink vibe?
Yeah.
Or the
That's the
what-
beautiful
what
thing about
we-
that book.
And the way Jason and I teach is we as individuals are responsible for our energy. So we can't control our circumstances. We can't control our outcomes,
Somebody else's energy either.
but we are responsible for our own energy. And no matter what the situation is, that's one thing we can control. We can control our perceptions, our decisions, and our actions, and we control the energy we bring. So that is up to us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So you win.
that's a perfect way to end today's segment.
Yeah.
I feel like,
You win. It's up to me and
Oh, no,
Sam
it's
to control
my-
our energy.
No, but it's also my responsibility to come in here with a better energy.
That's not what I heard. I
No,
heard
no,
that you could come in
no.
any way you want.
No,
and-
it's your
and
responsibility to control your own energy. Everybody's responsible for their own energy. That's how, and it
It's
makes
like
sense.
clean up after your dog.
Yeah. And then don't ask, don't tell. Add that in there.
Yeah, put that one in there. Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my gay dog.
Don't ask about my energy. I won't tell you about it.
My energy is so much gayer than
False
yours.
energy.
Startlivinglucky.com.
Wow.
Jana and Jason, thanks so much for
Yeah,
talking to
that
us.
was heavy today.
I know. We have some really great things coming up. So thank you guys. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. We have some summits coming up, some workshops, and life is good.
Oh, I thought
Awesome.
you were pooping or something when you did. I didn't know you were like, I was like, oh my God, she's squeezing one out. All right, we'll talk soon, guys.
See you soon.
All
All
right,
right,
bye.
see ya.
Oh, it was good. All right, everybody's in charge of their own energy.
We will be right back.
We need
Sorry, I tried to-
Yeah, no, you did good. You did good. That's perfect. Great job. Sorry if I got
We
too
got-
heavy. I don't know what we were trying to do.
No,
there,
no,
but
that's
we did
fine.
it. We did the thing. Where's that go?
Just fucking around.
That's Thursday 1.
We already have 2.
I was about to say let's keep going, but then I was like, we have to
We
get
have
better
to,
at.
yeah.
fitness end, because then we're just too far
No,
ahead.
you did perfect because we needed, 17 and change?
And we got Joey coming in like 5 minutes.
19 aware. All right.
So we'll do him for Monday 1,
And then Tiff
we got
for 2.
a bunch of
Stuff to
theme park.
Yeah, I've got a decent amount of stuff here to talk about that we wrote down.
But we want to keep it
and-
at 20 because we
Yeah.
got Tiffany at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are we doing a gambling thing at all? But is there anything to gamble on?
Not really. So we'll just take it to the parks today.
Okay, cool. God, Arsenal is so on the slide right now. I sat here yesterday and watched that game because I had time, so I blew it up on here real big and I found a Reddit stream. And I sat over here on the couch and I watched us go down 3-1, and we've been leading the league all year, and it would be our year to come back and finally win it, and now we're not top of the table anymore. Oh, so mad. Tony from London says hello.
Tony.
He always sort of shows a picture of him and his daughter. I would love to have this relationship with Maisie. In fact, it's like you dream of like your adventures with Tommy and Max, and then you don't get to really do them, but you try. He does these adventures, and she's like my age now, or younger than me, but she's like I think married. And every game they go and they walk to the train station with their Budweisers, because I guess drinking a Budweiser there is like different than here.
Yeah.
And they open them on the train, and they always got their scarves on, and they take a picture. It's like on our way to Emirates, and I'm like, God, it's such a cool tradition. And they get their seats, and they're always in the same seats, and they always take a picture of their beers. It's really neat. I would love to do that with Maisie. Oh, Ghost, you want some money on that?
Tom, next year I'm going to buy you a session at the ayahuasca church.
Nah.
What if it changes him in a negative way?
Nah. You never really hear about that with
No.
ayahuasca. You know what I'm saying?
I think Jay Moore is a proof of ayahuasca gone wrong.
he is like that before.
Did he do ayahuasca?
Yeah. I'm sure he, I don't know if he has or hasn't, but that
I
guy.
thought it was just a cokehead.
Yeah, that guy's been like that for. But you with all the positivity about ayahuasca, there would be some stories about someone getting fucked up from it, and I've never heard it. So that tells me that it's either extremely rare or
Doesn't really happen.
doesn't. Yeah. It's also it tells me that it doesn't really
Don't
change
don't drink the bofu. What is it? Bofu frog? Is that what it is?
Bufo.
Bufo.
Buffo?
Don't drink that tea. That could fuck you.
Yeah. The thing about ayahuasca that I'm nervous about, it's too fucking strong.
Can you microdose that?
Yeah, you can water it down.
Yeah, but I don't think that it gives you the same effects. It's kind of like, sitting in a hot tub doesn't give you the same effects as that ultra UV 130 degree room.
That thing's crazy.
Same thing with ice bath. Like a cold shower is not the same as an ice bath. I think like the microdosing ayahuasca, you need the full freak out dose to get like significant changes.
He's coming in, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Surprised he's not here chugging a White Claw.
I know.
I do want to microdose regular mushrooms. People seem to like that.
It's a good time.
I heard it was supposed to just like you don't really feel it.
Yeah, it's a small dose. It just makes you put you
You're
in a
not
better
tripping
mood.
or anything.
Yeah, just put you in a better mood. Or
Ah,
whatever.
you know what? I'm gonna bring you some mushrooms tomorrow.
Bring me the mushroom. I ain't got
No, he's the one that's a fucking grouch. We gotta get him
He
in a
said
better
he's
mood.
not a grouch. He's
Well,
just.
I
He's
heard
a goddamn liar.
I'd have to take them every day, right? For it to.
It
work.
might. What if it offsets your Adderall? There he is. What's up, buddy?
It won't.
It
How you
won't.
doing, man? Good to see you.
A totally different. That amphetamine will still
Come on in.
get my heart going, or brain. How you doing, man?
Good to see you, buddy. Not today. I
no,
got to go with the
yeah.
doctor afterwards, but thank you.
I gotta go work
I
out.
could show up drunk at the doctor. That's one I've never done. I've worked out drunk. You've seen me
Yeah,
plenty of
yeah.
times. Never gone to the doctor drunk.
Can't say that I have either.
I bet
I
plenty.
can't believe you did those workouts drunk, because it was like
They're not real. I didn't really.
It was
do
like
it. I was like, blah, and I throw up.
It
Come
was like
on.
a
It's not like
boot-
I'm Mr. Adonis or anything.
no, but it was like a boot camp style workout,
I
which
enjoyed
is hard
it,
as shit.
but I enjoyed the challenge of it.
Oh,
It's like you. Like we have a lot of things that we have that are alike. You ask Andrew about how grumpy I get. It's just I get left alone, so nobody gets in. Nobody interacts with mine.
Dude, those pub glasses are awesome looking.
Oh,
I've never seen those. Yes.
Yeah,
Tom's got them all out.
Tom loves these. I bought these when our CBE group. If you're listening, guys, these hold up so well. We need more of these. I'll buy more. But I bought these when they came out because they look like old school, like old 70s glasses you'd have in your kitchen that your mom would have. Or something.
Am I wrong? Do those look like a cool version of, remember the McDonald's glasses you get for the, right?
Collectibles.
Yes.
Yeah, they're kind of the same print, too. How
Love
you
it.
been, man? Let me put your camera on. Oh, you look good. All right.
Thank you.
I got some stuff to talk about. I think Sam's got some stuff. I'm sure you've got some stuff.
Of course.
What are we going to plug here?
Porch Fest and then the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
And what number
White
is
Claw
this
fan
one?
deck.
This will be Monday 1.
Monday 1.
2:20.
All right. I'll start and then we'll plug. Here we
Okay.
go. In 3, 2. It is a corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
And we have a guest, but before we get to our guest, let's tell you about the it's not old. It's the White Claw party deck.
Yeah.
We're going to be out at the Arnold Palmer
Invitational.
Thank you. I can't say it all together. I'm going
Yeah.
to try. Hold on. Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. You're supposed to say that every time.
Yeah, and I guess technically we've been calling it party deck. It's a fan deck.
Fan deck. Fan deck.
But really, it's right between the 15th and 16th hole, and you get seats, you get your own bathrooms, you get your bar, and there's a food truck.
Yeah.
And and if you buy the tickets through our link at tomandan.com, they're $100, which is only $20 more than general admission. So
And you get all the amenities in your special area.
and it's $30 cheaper than if you went and try to buy the fan deck tickets through their regular link. So it's just for our listeners. And so if you want to be involved and go, we're going to be recording at ACT on Thursday, which is March 1st or 2nd. I can't remember.
Second.
Thank you, Sam.
And so we'll be out there Thursday if you want to join us, but you can get your tickets each day. And again, that's on tomandan.com.
It's going to be awesome.
And Sanford Porch Fest this Saturday, February 25th. We're going to have a location that musicians are going to play.
Yeah, we're porch number 14 if you're
Yep.
looking for which one. I think there
Trolley
are
stop, bathroom stop.
17 or 18.
17.
Yeah, 17 porches this year, the most that they've ever had.
Over 70 bands.
Yeah, I mean, last year, 15,000 people. This year, they expect more. I would get out there early. We're going to be at the Air T&D all day. If you want to come see it before you book it, come find me. I'll be selling it hard.
Yeah.
And then the next day,
I'm going to be selling that thing hard.
next day, come party with me out at Rock Pit Brewing for Semantic's 6-year anniversary party.
Yep, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in detail later. But yeah, go to Rock Pit.
What
Get
time does it
delicious
start?
beers.
Noon, right at noon.
Noon.
Look, can I hold this up or no?
And old Joe Byrne from Burn Pest is going to be offering free beers.
Yeah.
All right.
What's he doing? He's crazy. And
Yeah, you
then,
can get that new sticker.
You can get this new
Orlando Magic Inspired.
Yeah, if you can see me on twitch.tv
I like
/Tom
that
and Dan
sticker a
Live or YouTube at Tom and Dan Live, you can get this semantic sticker. And this is Sticker Wolf, isn't it? This
Yep.
is a quality sticker. All right.
Joey Mazant's here. How you doing, Joey?
Really good, guys. Thanks for having me back.
So, Joey, lots of stuff going on at the theme parks. I know Dan and Sam have been talking about, this morning, like all the new things that are popping up.
We were talking
the
about
pass holder preview for the old Tron ride ran out before my husband can get us a place in it.
Oh, he was on the queue, I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah,
All the passes are gone.
I
EJ's going Saturday, he said.
Oh, really? How do you, EJ
Although
should
he
give
doesn't think
that.
he can fit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that.
You guys
Like,
are
look,
crushing my bit. This is all I'm talking about.
I got it
All
right
right,
here.
so let's talk about it, Joey.
I mean, EJ, dare I say, we have to get him a pass, or we have to get him as a correspondent to go out there because I don't think EJ can fit on the Tron ride.
He's going out there
only
this
for
weekend.
me. It's only for me. It's for little guys. It's a little guy, right? It's for Joey. It's for me. It's for normal-sized human
Hold on.
beings.
They built it in America, so it can't be.
Did they really?
They
Did you
had-
see where they built it? Because if they built it, normally they're built by the Dutch or by the Chinese, right?
I'm starting to feel a real part of the family because you got it. Everybody's nailed everything I was talking about so far. The original Tron light cycle, where was it built?
Don't know.
I don't know. You're talking about the one from the movie, or you're talking about the original ride?
So the original ride was built out in like Shanghai, and it was made for people that live in Shanghai, slightly fit, streamlined, fit
Well, I wouldn't
Just
say
a
I'm
smaller-
fit, but smaller
yeah.
profile.
I don't know what I can and
Yeah.
can't say. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
What I
You can
can
say
say is
anything.
DJ is
I
the
know-
body of Homer Simpson.
And in fact, I know what you're thinking, and it's real bad.
Oh my God.
Joey Mazan
real
thinks
bad.
real
Yeah.
bad.
So-
Inside there, it's black
What-
inside.
The thing we talk about is, so Pirates of the Caribbean was built back around 1975, and what they did is the water displacement for the boats. There's a reason why you would go down that hill and a little bit of water would splash on you, and it was like, oh, this is cute. Fast forward 40 years later, and Disney can't figure out why that giant rubber fan belt keeps getting stripped. They're like, Disney's like, we don't get it. It's almost like people or the boat or someone's heavier now. It doesn't make sense. Why are people heavier? And then they
Because
went back.
we're all fatter and we're also carrying guns. And guns are heavy.
Fat guns.
Yeah, it's fat guns.
So now they fixed Pirates, and now it's like, oh, everything works good. So
They
light
got a
cycle.
beefier belt on it now.
You nailed it.
So what is the ride? Because I don't know anything about
It's
it.
a roller coaster. Isn't it just
Have you seen the movie?
No, I've seen the old one.
It's the one
Yeah.
with old Lebowski in it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It's I have not seen the new movie, but isn't this going to be like Disney's version of the Hagrid's motorcycle bike?
This is legitimately the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster meets Avatar Flights of Passage.
Yeah.
You're on a thing and it feels like a motorcycle, and they lock your thighs in and they lock your back in and they lock your arms in, and the thing just goes. So it's like you're on a roller coaster that instead of sitting in a little seat with your lap bar, you're on a motorcycle.
Okay, and then
And everybody
they
knows that
lock your
larger people
thighs?
can't ride motorcycles. You've
Hold
seen
on.
the Guinness Book of World Record, the twins that had the scooters. They passed away. Everybody knows
Well,
that
that-
larger people can't ride roller
These
coasters.
are-
That's
or
why it
motorcycles.
made the front cover of the book because it was so amazing. Like, right?
Now they do have
They
a.
wouldn't have put it on there if it wasn't amazing.
It was the most looked at page. If you went to it, it was dog-eared.
They do have certain cycles, quote unquote,
yeah.
that are for larger people. That has a lap. You sit up straight and you have a lap bar, but it's only on certain coasters.
You
so
better
there's-
ride the big fast
You have to
cycle.
wait. You have to wait longer, and you will have to get like separated from your family or whoever you're with.
EJ gotta
Yeah,
ride
yeah.
the big
You have to
fast
wait.
cycle.
You have to wait longer to get on it.
EJ's whole family's on the regular cycle, and they're just waiting for the big one.
Hey, you gotta ride the potato cycle.
And the big one is like it doesn't look like a motorcycle. You're just sitting down,
You're sitting in a wheelchair.
and like mine looks like a barrel.
A barrel. They should make it a wooden barrel with the straps that go over your shoulders, so you look like a hobo as you're riding.
So what? Is,
Oh my
now,
God.
when I said it is in this made in America, I meant made for Americans.
God damn it!
Right.
Made in America.
I know nothing's made in America.
And they've had issues before with Flight of Passage with the same exact
Yep.
thing with the sizing, and you'd think
Yeah, just
that they would,
they'd have
you
the
know,
research
take
and be
some
like,
notes
but
here.
hold on.
We've been to Disney World. We know everybody's large.
Well, wait a minute. It goes back to Tom in the last segment. Whose responsibility is this? Is this Disney's making the ride, or is this everybody else got to like eat a little healthier
So, well, how?
so they can ride the ride?
Well,
Riding the
They don't
rides
exactly
is
sell healthy food
a
at
riding
Disney,
the
though.
rides is a
Yeah.
privilege. It's a privilege. Everyone should hydrate.
Well, when it all comes, it all comes down to capitalism and the fact that they are in it for the money, and we all
Right.
know that they're not in it to change the world. They don't care. They care about money, and it would make sense that they would make a ride to fit bigger people if that's their audience, and it would be a huge mistake to make a ride that couldn't fit bigger people, which apparently the rumors are that this can't.
We said it's 12 Kawasaki's and 2 Harleys in the back.
So how?
Oh my God, dude! This is okay. This one's. Let me give you some of the stats.
Now,
This is so funny.
Well, we know that there are roller coasters that if the lap bar can't go down all the way, that if for safety reasons you can't ride
Correct,
it. And
yeah.
we've all known that. So,
Right.
but this one is even more where it's like sensitive to someone's size.
Well, I hope it's in there somewhere. One of the biggest problems they're having is people with thick thighs. They can't fit because there's a thigh bar that wraps your here.
Oh, you
the
mean
calves.
your calf?
Calf, thank you.
Oh,
That's
Doctor,
why I
am
asked
not.
EJ how big his calves were.
Yeah, he's got little calves,
cankles. Like I've seen
Yeah.
some major cankles out there. Really, it was,
Yeah.
you know, some people have
The
like
oozers. The
Big tree
oozers are the
trunks.
ones where they eat your ankles.
some people have bigger bottom halves and their
Yeah.
legs.
A lot of Midwestern people are just born that way.
Yeah, they're big, beefy legs, and so they literally can't strap their thigh or your calves in.
So this guy
Yeah.
says it's more like your hips or your thigh area that it just doesn't close the right way. So since you can't lock in that way, it won't fit, it won't shut. So this guy tweeted, Tried the test seat, and my thigh calves are too big for the leg bar to fully extend. Then another person tweeted, my 5'6" daughter, who weighs 170 pounds, had a hard time getting on and off. She said it is not made for bigger people.
That doesn't seem 5'6", 170 pounds is nothing.
Yeah, that's
I
mean, that's not that big.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, we don't know what her proportions though.
Yeah,
She could be the legs.
Well, I mean, it could be anything, right? I mean, it could
80% is my legs.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Are you a monster? No, seriously, what?
Are you
Could be pear-shaped.
I mean, if
are
you're,
you Sully
on the
from
bottom.
Monsters Inc? Like, how are you built like
yeah,
that?
yeah. If you're 170 pounds, how can your legs be too big for this thing? Right? It just doesn't make any sense mathematically.
You got the
right?
junk in the trunk.
The Harry Potter ride was like that. The one at Universal where you're in the castle, there's 4 people to a seat, and they have the bar, you pull it down, and I love that if it's a green light, it means you can fit, but if it's a red light, it's like no good.
That's mean. They just give you a red light and tell you to haul ass.
But one dude was like, it's my journey to ride Harry Potter, and this dude lost like 120 pounds.
for him.
And, yeah, but instead of saying good for him, people are like, you're fat shaming. It's like, can you please let this man have his victory?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Let him ride. Let him ride the ride.
My gosh,
So,
only in America, man.
Now, beyond.
Oh, EJ says he keeps getting kicked off of that.
Oh, dude,
no.
I'm
You got the
sorry.
red light,
big,
EJ?
I
Oh.
love him.
So.
Sorry, EJ.
Anyway,
This is a bummer. I should have brought this one up.
Womp
Good Lord.
womp.
I know. My God.
Besides, it's not a bummer for me. I find it hilarious. Not to
I was
just
gonna say,
to EJ.
hilarious.
Just to EJ. Not to everybody else. So when you're riding this, they strap in your legs, and then there's like some sort of waist strap, like a seatbelt, and then your arms are strapped to it.
They basically lock in everything except they won't lock your arms in because the original concept that I saw, it actually had a grip that came over your hands and like held you down. But people were like, if they had to scratch their nose or if their kids are crying and they want to be like, it's okay, so they got rid of that. So now it's just the ankles and it's a BDSM chair, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then and you said it's a cross between what now?
The rock and roller coaster,
Okay.
and Avatar Flights of Passage.
So there's some sort of screens and then movement, like those kind of rides mixed with the roller coaster?
No, it's my fault. The only thing about Avatar is how you load into this thing and how you hold on.
Oh.
Like how
The
you're
harness is
seated.
the same for Avatar, but the ride is like the rock and roller coaster.
So it's essentially a roller coaster.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it go upside down at all, or?
Almost.
Okay, wow. So I bet you that's pretty intense.
It looks badass.
Disney, I guess, offered a statement where they said, we offer the opportunity for guests to test the restraint system outside the attraction before entering the queue. A bench seat with lap bar is also available for guests with a disability or fit concerns to experience the attraction if accessibility for the unique ride system is a problem.
I guess I'm sure they tried their hardest to accommodate everybody because that's what I imagine
You have to.
they're good at
Yeah.
is making money. I know
That's their
Disney's good
job.
at making money, and they don't want bad publicity, and they want everybody that can to enjoy the rides.
Yeah, but
and
I don't think they want every ride. For a while, every ride new ride they were coming out with was just a couch you sit in, and then you just kind of ride around
Yeah.
because we're big and fat.
So unfortunately,
it's our fault.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean they come out with this ride and they're like, bigger people can't fit in it.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of people mad. I'm
well, they
sure,
can. They just gotta wait
But
longer.
yeah. They gotta wait
Yeah.
for the big. Yeah.
I mean,
So-
do people boycott Lamborghini because most people can't fit in those either. I mean, that is
Yeah.
Ferrari, you're not going to do it.
Mike,
Maserati, not going to happen.
I could barely drive a Lamborghini.
Dude, it's
you
tiny.
need racing shoes because your big shoes will touch the
I
the
know.
brake of the clutch. At the
I'm
same
in there
time.
with my lugs on. I had to take the keychains off the side of the laces.
So when does this open up to the public?
The public in a couple of weeks. They're just
Okay.
trying to march through the rest of the previews. They're putting the guinea pigs on first to make sure that everybody's good and safe, and then they'll let the patrons hop on.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's going to be disappointing for people. It sucks, but it's going to be a cool ride, I guess. For most
Where
people.
is it at?
It's right behind
Magic Kingdom.
Space Mountain.
Tomorrowland, yeah.
Yeah, right behind Space Mountain.
It opens to the public. Right now the cast previews are going on. Then they're going to have the annual pass holder previews in March, and then in April, it opens up to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool. I got
So
that one.
what else we got, Joey?
Festival of the Arts is going on, and this is a real quick fun story. I'm at the Festival of the Arts at Epcot, and that's where, just like Food and Wine, they have little booths set up for Disney artists who do these gorgeous paintings and sculptures and things like that. And I was having a good month, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? There's a Lady and the Tramp table. It's my mom's favorite movie. The thing's made of like bronze. I'm like, this thing is gorgeous. I walk over, and this just tells you I don't know what art costs. I have no idea what art costs.
Yeah.
And I walk up to this guy, and I'm like, I don't care how much this table is. I want my mom to have it. I hope he tells me it's like $1,000. I'm going to impress the hell out of her.
Yeah,
I hope
that's a lot of money, Joe.
I know, but I hope it's $1,000 so I can buy my mom something nice. And I walk up there with a pocket full of cash, and I go, hey, bro, how much is that Lady in the Tramp table? He goes, oh, $18,600. I go, nope. And I turn around and walk away.
18,000.
Yeah.
Trying to pay for my boat. Like, for a table.
I've never had a car worth $18,000. And I was so proud and ready, and he's like 18. I was like, no, turned right back around like I was a wrong store.
What is it? Is that Lady in a Tramp table?
It's just a coffee table. It's got Lady in the Tramp eating spaghetti on the bottom.
Like a sculpture of that or a picture?
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a metal sculpture, I mean,
Yeah.
those things are expensive. I know a couple guys that sell the sculptures that go in like your front fountain. Not everybody has a front fountain. The people that have the round driveways and stuff like that. And some of those can be in upwards. Josh, he's a DJ too, but he's sold some of those that are $36,000, $46,000, $70,000.
It blew my mind. I just couldn't believe it.
I remember before we bought our current house, when we were looking for houses, we were looking at a house, like it was over by UCF.
Yeah.
And it had a round driveway and a fountain.
I love
like
that.
a middle fountain. And I remember seeing it. I was like, we need this house. I've always wanted a round driveway with a fountain. Yeah, even though the house was horrible. And like it was like it had no kitchen, and it was like this is during the freaking recession. So it was like someone had gutted it and then they tried to rebuild it, and then they just took off because they ran out of money. So it was like you needed all this work. And Chris was like, you need to put in a whole brand new kitchen, and like the pool's not done. I'm like, yeah, but the front fountain. Like I was obsessed with having it.
Yeah, that's how I was with pools. Andrew would be like, well, the house is a dump. And I'd be like, but it's got an awesome pool. Or I'd be like, look at that ceiling fan, so cool.
I love the $7 million houses, but the fountain out front is still the kid peeing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a classic. It's a classic. I found this story for Sam.
Okay.
I thought this was pretty interesting. I don't even know if Joey knows this particular story, but I pulled this one because there's this new, have you heard of, let me find him here, Breeze Airways? Have you heard of them?
No.
They have started the first ever nonstop Disney to Disney
Oh,
flight.
yes, I have.
From Orange County.
Yep.
You take off from Orange County, Florida. You fly to Orange County, California for $69 one way.
Okay.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, $69 one way. That's not bad.
That's not
No.
bad at
So
all.
$150 to get you there and back.
A lot of markups for luggage and such? Or?
I don't know. You'd have to look into that. The
That's
airline, they
cheap.
launch in 2021, but they do.
What airport in California do you land in for Disneyland?
You're supposed to go to
LA.
LAX, but
You
LAX
go to
is
John
hell.
Wayne.
Thank you. Yeah, John
you go
Wayne's
to
the-
John Wayne.
okay.
So it goes Orlando, it goes MCO, or people mistakenly call it OIA, to John Wayne Airport. And they start, start today. But they're kind of managing it. I thought this was pretty clever. They're like kind of like promoting it as like, yeah, go to Disney World, and then if you love Disney World, fly to Disneyland for $69. You know, or if you're in California and you're doing the land, come see Orlando for $69. I thought that the price was ridiculous.
And then stay in Disneyland, California for $800 a night.
Wow, dude, $69 this looks pretty good when you're paying.
Just stay off property.
No,
Yeah,
well, what's so cool
you'd
about
have to.
Disneyland is when we take families out to Disneyland, the Grand Californian is like $700 a night. But there's Disneyland is landlocked, kind of like how Universal is here, where there's 4 highways that perimeter it.
Right.
Out in Disneyland, there's 4 highways around it, and then across the street is just IHOPs and McDonald's and stuff. Behind Cars Land in Disneyland, if you look from in the park, you see Radiator Springs, and behind you, there's this gorgeous like mountain landscape, just like in the animated movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, it's a bunch of mountains. Some company bought the land behind it, and on the other side, they painted it gray, and the hotel is called the Alpine Inn, and it looks like the Alpine Mountains behind you. That's literally Cars Land. They bought that land just to put a motel there so they could charge $99 a night to stay there so that they could say they have a themed place. They just use the back of the Disney property.
It's pretty clever, though.
It's genius.
See that like those type of moves, I'm like, well, that's pretty smart. And then the not building the Tron for fat guy people, it's like, I was like, how'd you
tell
not?
me you could make the Tron plus size? What the hell's
how'd
wrong
you not
with you?
foresee this problem?
40% of America is considered obese, and
Yeah.
you mean to tell me you
Yeah,
couldn't beef it up a tiny bit for a beer belly or something? What are you doing, man?
And that makes me think like it's got to be extreme for the straps not to fit. Like, I
So
mean,
you think that the outrage, and you typically skew this this way. You think the outrage of the number of people that can't ride the ride is not as much as it really is.
Although, if EJ can't get on the Tron ride, I feel like EJ. I
was joking. I think
wouldn't
he
see
can.
EJ in public.
I don't know.
What is he, 6'5"? How tall is
morbidly
EJ?
obese.
I think he's 6'3", he said.
Yeah, because he's not that
I
big.
think it. I wouldn't.
No,
say
he's
that.
not
He's not that big. He's
not
just
that
tall.
Big. We
I don't know. Last
exaggerate.
time I saw him,
You know, he ebbs and flows depending on his period. But last time he was in here, he was a little like heavy. You know, like a little like he had teardrop-sized breasts. They were very they were pendulous.
Is he hitting the weights? He's getting all beefy
No,
again?
these are more like the way you want them. This is more like who's that porn star? This is like Gabby Carter style, if you know what I mean.
Let's
Google that.
Let's do one more story.
I pulled one more.
You got to keep it kind of tight.
Okay, we'll go real tight. Toy Story Roundup.
Oh, I can't wait. Woody's Roundup, the barbecue place.
The
That's
barbecue
gonna be...
place. But then Sam started going through all the different names of the food they have, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
We got Rex's romaine and kale salad. Rex is the T-Rex, right?
Yep.
So why would he eat something vegetarian?
I don't know. Evil Doctor smoked ribs.
The theming in this is all
Evil
over the
Doctor
place.
smoked ribs.
They missed the mark when they didn't do Pizza Planet and Toy Story.
Buttercup's beef brisket.
I wonder,
stupid.
like again,
There's a sausage in my boot.
there's got to be
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason.
There's a sausage in my boot.
Yeah.
Because the Pizza Planet is so obvious
Duh,
that
yeah.
there's got to be, maybe there's like a pizza place that's already
They already did
close.
Pizza Rizzo's in the
That place is
Muppet
so
area,
good. That
but
is so
they
good.
should have saved that for Toy Story for the pizza, and you could have done so many other. You could have had the Swedish Chef have his own restaurant there if it's Muppets.
But they're
like, come
talking
on.
about doing that because it was plug and play, because the rumor is that's going to, when Muppets doesn't sign their contract in a few years, that's going to get gutted and that's all going to become part of Star Wars land. That's the big
Everything going to be
I
Star
know,
Wars.
Everything
Jesus
in that park is
Christ.
going to be Star Wars, and then they're going to take out the Little Mermaid, and that's supposed to be where they're going to put Cars Land at. It's basically going to be Pixar, Star Wars, Old Hollywood.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
the Toy Story, Sam also mentioned that the roller coaster or the ride
Mean old potato salad is one of the entrees. Mean
on.
old potato salad.
is Slinky Dog,
Yeah.
and Sam was mentioning it should have been the Buzz Lightyear like wings flying, like it
Yeah, but
makes
then
more
fat,
sense.
fat
yeah.
people couldn't ride it because they got the calves.
Well, I mean, you could be in some sort of roller coaster that looks like you're flying in the Buzz Lightyear, something like that. Or you're hanging, with the wings above you.
Oh, I like those. The ones like they have at SeaWorld where you're laying flat on your belly. I
Those
like
are
those.
fun.
They are fun.
But then it becomes too much like Frozen. You had Frozen in Magic Kingdom, Frozen in Hollywood Studios, Frozen in Epcot. If you already have Buzz Lightyear at Magic Kingdom, you got the Buzz Lightyear meet and greet at Magic Kingdom. If you've
Okay.
been to a Buzz Lightyear roller coaster, it's like, well, wait a minute. The new Buzz Lightyear's not even a
Well,
part
they
of Toy Story
basically have
anymore.
the same rides in Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom anyway.
Pretty
Right.
Well, I mean, come
You're
on,
right.
Universal.
Slightly different, but they're
Yeah.
both shooting arcade games.
Yeah, it's basically the
They
same
screwed Toy Story
stuff. Yeah,
all up.
Sam's getting real opinionated about this. I like it.
What
Oh, yeah.
What is the Slinky Dog ride?
It's just a
It's
roller
baby's first
It's
coaster.
coaster.
good.
It's a roller coaster.
I really
It's for
like it.
kids.
It's fun.
It is for kids, but it's good enough where it's fun. Like I like it. Maisie really
They
likes
got some
it.
little hills in
Yeah,
there.
the boys been on it. I think they've been on it.
I don't know.
I think they
I'll
have.
take you. Whenever we finally go to the park, I'll take you. It'll be a
It's-
I
blast.
didn't
good.
even know that there was this land.
Well,
So-
it's tiny though.
It's
like,
small.
It's Andy's backyard. It's
Yeah,
cute.
it's not as big as it should be. Like I know a lot of people. Like the main thing I saw when it opened is that people were like sad. They're like, we wanted more, but it's good. It's definitely good. We got to get out of here.
We do.
All right.
All right, Joey. How can people contact you if you want to, they want to get a private tour of any park and all that?
I appreciate it. Just reach out to me at Joey Mazant at the Joey Mazant on all social media platforms. Thank you to Michael's VIPs, the now only third-party concierge company in the entire state of Florida that is endorsed by Disney.
All right.
And thank you to Moses DeWitt for helping me out. If you know Mo, you know what that means. Thank you, boss.
And last question. Now that we're like eking towards the end of the school year for most people, right? Is there a particular time that like you target? Let's say school, like here it ends in the end of May, right? So is like, should you go at the end of May because when it ends, that's when the flood comes?
That's
or
a good question.
Your best bet is if you live in Orlando, take your kid out of school one day and go to the Magic Kingdom. It is so good when the weather's hot but not stupid hot and the parks are empty. And wait until you go to Universal Studios. They've already started Halloween Horror Nights.
Really?
They're already building for Halloween Horror Nights, man. It is so cool. I was at the
crazy.
fest.
Yeah, it's just a monstrosity.
February.
Gotta do it. Gotta get going.
I was
man.
at the Fast and the Furious. Or we're running along. I got it.
That's fine. That's fine.
We were at the Fast and the Furious this past week. I had a family who the dad was a gearhead, and he's like, "Hey, I was watching your YouTube channel, and I saw that you do a garage tour." I said, "Well, I don't, but Universal does. You just have to ask for it." And you walk up and you say, "Hey, I'm a big fan of the franchise. Can I get a garage tour?" And they take you backstage and walk you through, and they show you Paul Walker's actual outfit and Vin Diesel's like clothes and stuff from the movie. It's neat. And if you're a gearhead, they let you sit next to the car, take pictures. And I go, "Hey, I'm not trying to, is there any way we can go see the RX-7? And he's like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "We can't." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, we've already had to close that room down because it's part of Halloween Horror Nights." And I go, "It's February." And he goes, "Yeah, we usually start December of the previous year." And I was like, "It takes you 10 months to get this ready?" He goes, "Literally the day we close Halloween Horror Nights, we have one day off as a joke, and then like November 2nd, we're right back at it."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow.
"That's amazing."
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is an animal. It's a machine at this point. Well,
Yeah.
my friend, thanks for coming in. We really
Thank
do
you.
appreciate it. We got to get out of here, and
We'll be right back.
nice job, y'all.
Awesome, thank you.
Well done. Thanks for being here.
Always, man. So what's going on today? Anything fun or interesting?
No doctor's appointment.
Mm.
Stupid back.
Just got talking to Tiffany coming up next.
Oh yeah.
And then
last recorder of the day.
and
What is
then-
her place? Is the Salty Sisters?
Yeah.
Okay,
That is Monday 1.
Thank you. Do we have anything?
Yes. We have Cavender.
I was in downtown
3 and 4.
Winter Garden, and I saw something called the Swalty Sisters. And I go, "Wait a minute, I thought that she was out on the beach." And I walked in there, and I was like, nobody here looks like Tiffany or her sister. And so I just assumed that was the wrong place.
Swalty.
Yes.
I don't even know where the Swalt is.
I have no idea what that was, but it was in downtown Winter Garden. So it threw off the eyes because it looked cool.
Well, thanks again, brother.
Cool to call her now.
Be good, man. I'll see you soon.
I appreciate it. Talk to you on a whim. Check out at 3:00 today if you want to put something in real quick. It's Juventus versus Nantes.
Okay.
Plus 900.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's I don't know. Italians don't do many things wrong, but losing a bet that big of a line, that big of a it. I mean,
Is it plus 900 to win?
Yeah.
Like money line?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just Juventus plus 900 games at 3:00. If you can get one in by 2:30, 2:45, you can get one in real quick.
Juventus.
Juventus.
And
yeah.
then-
Juventus.
And that's in the
Serie A.
Okay.
The Italian league.
But it's just I'm even just $100. I was like at plus 900. I said that. Come on, there's got to be a joke here. And then the friggin' parlay is I think plus 280 that Nantes doesn't score. And I said, well, plus 900. I can't even imagine they're gonna have the ball more than 15 minutes at a time. So
Yeah.
Okay, so if you feel like peeking on a slow afternoon.
Okay. All right.
And pick up.
If
No.
you
no.
and Trav have trouble getting
Which
in
Tesla
for-
recall? There's been a bunch of them.
Send me an email. We have 14 employees, and 11 of us already have.
Okay.
So if you guys want to piggyback off us, we have
Hell
22 passes. We only need 11 of them.
I will hit you up.
So I'll let you know. I think it's March 3rd, but I'll let you know when I know.
Okay, cool. Thank
Bye,
you.
y'all.
See you, dude.
She may have not known.
The number. Or she did, and she's like, "I'm not talking to these fools."
Yeah, recalls for Teslas don't really matter. They just send an over-the-air update and fix the shit. Yeah, it's fucking dumb. People love to scare you by writing things. I use that stuff every day. Every time they come out with a new thing saying, you can't use a full self-driving, I'm sitting in my car letting it drive me around everywhere.
Yeah, that was inevitable where people, they get a hold of, anything.
Start fighting it. I'll probably get in my car right after this, and it'll show me an update. It updates once every 2 weeks. It's a lot.
Do you have her number still?
No, but
I
I could
have it.
probably hit redial.
Here, I can send it
Hit
to
it.
you.
Try it again. Maybe she'll pick up.
She's a busy lady these days. Did it work? Here, I'm texting. I was in the garage yesterday and like cleaning up some stuff, and it was pretty tight. And I got out my phone, and I needed to back the car out, and I was too lazy to get in it, so I just used the feature, and I hit the button, and it goes, and I backed it out, and then I cleaned up everything, and I hit the button, and it drives back in.
That's cool.
It's convenient. It is convenient. Not today, Grady. I think we'll be out there. I forget which day we're out there. I'm really looking forward to that. I've not been out there to Bay Hill in a long time.
No?
It's okay. You can text her our number and see if she can call us. Maybe.
Hold on. Let me.
She just texted us and said, "Hey, am I calling you? Or are you calling us?" Like,
Are we sure we got the right number? Did she get a new number?
No, it's the same one I've been texting her all week. She texts me like all the time. Yeah, I saw that about the Batgirl movie. I didn't understand why they did that. And apparently it's done, right? Hey, there's a time and the place for that, Sam. Sometimes a good coaster can ruin your day. If you get a good one too early, and then you get sick, and then you don't want to be at the theme park.
Listen.
I did that at...
I like baby coasters.
It's okay. You like what you like. I did that one time, though, with Hulk. One of the first or second times I ever rode it. I forget I hadn't
I
eaten
like Hulk,
breakfast
but
or,
man, it's rough.
Well, I hadn't eaten breakfast or something. I forget what it was, and I rode it, and it, like, rattled my brain, and then
Yeah.
I felt like shit
It'll
the
shake
entire
you up.
rest of the day.
Oh, Tiffany said to call in. Now she's ready.
Okay.
Well, she's probably doing everything. She could have been cooking
Yeah.
a smash burger. You never know.
Yeah.
When she told me she had to do that, that scares me because I was like, I'm a good cook, and I
Are
don't
these
even
your
think I could do
glasses or mine?
Let's look at the sides. Those are yours.
Okay.
Those are yours.
I got too many pairs of glasses. Now I'm leaving them all over the place, and I.
Hey. No worries. Let me just throw you on hold real quick. She said, "Sorry, I'm crazy. Sorry."
No, she's good.
She sounds busy. One.
All right.
Let's not waste her time.
All right, we will not waste your time. We promise. We know you're busy. All right, are you ready? Can you hear us okay?
Yes, kind of.
All right, hold on.
Hold on.
All right, hold on.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
got
hear
you. We got you. Here we go.
okay.
Here we
I
go.
thought a little girl just.
Hello.
Okay, why don't you bring us back, Tom?
Okay, yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go. We don't want to waste her time. She's back
No,
there.
you can. I'm sorry.
She's making smash
slinging
burgers.
smash
Yeah, she
burgers.
is smashing the burgers. All right, 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On the line with us from Salty Sisters in
Yes.
Cocoa Beach.
She's the hardest working lady I know.
yeah. I have a feeling you're running around crazy
Yeah,
today.
I have a feeling you had a bag of French fries on your potatoes rather, because these are fresh cut fries.
How's
you
it
have
go-
potatoes on your back. You're smashing a burger.
How's it going, Tiffany?
Well, I just got back from the grocery store.
All right.
I knew it. I knew. I can smell the
So-
potatoes. Fresh cut fries, guys. You got to get them.
So how long has it officially been, Tiffany? I know you had your grand opening in January, but you've been open now for a few months. Have things slowed down a little bit as far as how chaotic it's been? Have you gotten used to the flow?
Doesn't. Oh, that's
Are
the
you
crazy
crying?
laugh.
Why are you crying?
I don't know.
Yeah. By your crazy laugh, it tells me no.
Okay, well, yes and no. Okay, so one thing, I'm learning how to staff a little bit better.
There you
That's
go.
been a learning curve for sure because I wasn't staffing enough in the beginning. So I've hired like probably twice as much staff as I did originally. that being said, now everybody's calling in every day. So I just had a cook call in today and a server call in on her first day. So
Oh yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen.
As a business owner, I know that in the restaurant world, I know my friends that work in restaurants tell me that COVID is always or at least in the past couple of years have been
It's phantom COVID.
has been a major excuse for you calling. You're like, tested positive for COVID,
got COVID.
because that they know they got you there, because you're not going to be like, yeah, we'll come in
and infect
anyway,
everyone, right.
or prove to me, like, I don't know, what do you do
It's
as a boss?
insensitive if you're like, show me a time-stamped test holding a USA Today and get it notarized.
It's so crazy because when I was like 16, working as a server at my first job, I didn't even know you were allowed to call in ever, so I just never did. I would be puking in the I never called in a single day in my whole entire life.
I know you haven't. I've seen you come to work where Tom had to drive you, and you're puking out the side of his car. I mean, like
I puked in Tom's car before and still went to work.
Yep, you did. I saw it.
Well, let's talk about the opposite, and I'll give you the opposite perspective. Me, Tom Van, I love calling in. It's my favorite thing to do because.
Well, when you used to work for other places,
I was gonna say.
I will say that here
well,
you cannot.
well,
you never call in.
Well, of course, because it's stupid.
You would never.
I didn't know I was allowed to call in. Hold on a second.
Well, you're not.
Who said you are?
And you got COVID, show up. We'll all get COVID.
All
right. But when I worked for another company, I didn't care about it. And in fact, I hated. Not that your employees. I think it's just a general mindset of you hate the place you work.
I used to make up excuses, and then eventually I just got I just call and say I'm not coming in.
And I've never worked for another company in the COVID world, but I'd use COVID all the time. I'd be like, sorry,
oh my
COVID.
God, it's crazy. And
I'd always have a positive COVID test on me at all times. It doesn't wear off. That line stays there.
I would be trying to get COVID.
My thing is, if you call in in the morning and you're working that night, I thank them. I'm like, thank you for letting us know 4 hours ahead of time, because some people will call in I'm like, oh, is this person not coming in today? And then I text and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I'm sick.
Well, hold on, let's talk about that, because I feel like if I call in, if I call you, Tiffany, and let's say I'm your cook, and I'm supposed to be there, hand cutting the fries, and if I call in, let's say I call in 2 minutes before my shift starts, I feel like and then here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, look, I wanted to come in so bad that I was holding off until right when I had to be there to see if I got better. And I feel like you should wait. You should wait that, and you should. The intent was for me to be a hero.
Oh yeah, hero.
And at the 11th hour, swoop in unsick, but it just didn't happen that way. So the hero is calling in.
So yeah, this is a problem that every owner has dealt with, and I feel like we'll
a little bit
deal with to the end of time. And I guess the only answer to that, Tiffany, is just by having a bunch of different people to go to.
But the problem with that is everybody wants shifts. So I can't hire too many people, because then nobody gets enough shifts, and then they quit. So, and then they call in on the shifts that they begged me for. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that's when you scream, do you want to work or not?
Get to work. Yeah. Then you fire your gun into the ceiling.
Because
so it's almost like I like the people that only want to work a couple of days, or like, hey, I'll be your fill-in person. Like, those are my star employees.
So you need 500 fill-ins.
Yeah, because you're
That's
normal.
all I need is 500 fill-ins, and I'll be good.
All right.
All right. So
if you'd like to be a 500,
I'd say that's the biggest uphill battle this week, anyways. But and just running out of food. Like, one day we'll throw away tomatoes because we ordered too many, and then the next week we're running to the store because we've just got slammed that week, and then we have so many tomatoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Food budgeting is insanely difficult. In fact, one of your friends has a wife that does it professionally, right? Like, her job is to organize the budget of a restaurant and make sure
we
that
can't even get our merch inventory right.
No, we don't know what we're doing.
We either ordered too little.
I gotta give you her number because
you should see all the tomatoes I'm ordering, and I don't even know what to do with them.
Yeah, I talked to her and she said that's the number one thing with restaurants is budgeting that, and then they got a whole app.
I don't even know how you do it.
But I guess that there is an advantage to being in business for a longer period of time, so you could figure out like what your yearly, because it ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah,
Throughout
for sure.
Like, your customers are
You got to
like,
know your seasons.
Yeah. And then, so being a new restaurant, you don't even have a good grasp on, who your, regulars are and what the seasons are, and like, where you see, you're getting a lot.
And the thing that's crazy about my place specifically is the rain. If it rains on a Friday or Saturday night, I am screwed. Like, it is the biggest difference in the world for me. I will go from killing it, rock and rolling. We need 7 waitresses on, 5 cooks, 4 bartenders, a tiki bartender, and 3 owners there on a Friday night when it doesn't rain. When it rains, I need 2 bartenders on.
Wow.
It's like, it is. Okay, maybe
I'm
a
only
little bit
happy
more
when it
now.
rains.
But it is,
You weren't talking about it.
Yeah, I did. It's back when I had red hair.
That's something I never thought of in my life. I would care so much about the weather. And I'm like updating the weather.
Old
on my
ladies
app.
care about the weather. don't say that. Don't say that.
Well,
All I care about is the weather.
You're
The
a
weather
young,
controls my
beautiful,
well-being.
hardworking mom. You're not some old weather lady.
It's weird because it's not like your whole place is outdoors, although you have a great outdoor area, but you have a great indoor area too. So you
Right.
figure people would
but
still
the
go.
thing is, on Friday, Saturday nights, if it's raining, people don't even want to go out. They're like, yeah, we'll go
You
out when it's not
pussies.
raining.
Go to Salty Sisters, you pussies.
And
That'll
God
work.
forbid the weather in Florida gets under 50. We don't see a single customer if the weather's under 50. I'm like, come
Oh,
on,
God, we are
weather,
so
heat
weak.
it up, heat it up.
We are the weakest
We
state.
need perfect weather. No rain, 72.
Yeah, exactly.
We will not leave our house.
If it's too hot, we're inside. If it's too cold, we're inside.
Crazy.
So, Tiffany, let's
talk about her events.
let's
what's
talk
going
about
on.
some upcoming events, because I know Supervillains are performing at Salty
Yeah, the
Sisters.
BDM group's planning a meetup there.
Are
sounds
they?
like, yeah.
Nice.
So tell us about it. When is that happening?
Okay, so this is happening soon. It was like their only opening day in like during the good time of year. So March. So I was like, oh, it's only 16 days away now. So I kind of need some Tom and Dan promotion on
All
them.
right.
Yeah, let's do
you
it.
guys, if I could call in. So yeah, 3/3 is the day, and doors open at 7, and it's only $10.
Damn,
Pre-sale
$10?
15 at the door, and I think it's going to be really good. We have like 200 people on Facebook, like in the interested,
Yeah, you're gonna get a good
it's starting
crowd.
to spread. Word spreading about that event.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll be
so
super fun, man.
March 3rd, it's $10. Obviously, they're going to be playing at the world famous Salty Sisters outdoor stage.
yeah,
And I had
the amphitheater.
all my kids and my friends' kids running around playing on
Yeah,
the.
you respected it so much, you just had your kids run around and kick sand everywhere.
Also, me and the Wizard played a couple rounds of horseshoes that
love
were
horseshoes.
bein
Oh,
the
you
stage.
played.
Yeah.
I need to get new horseshoes. Sorry about that.
No,
That's on
no.
the list.
You got to get the authentic one, like right off of horses.
So anyway, so that I noticed, Tiffany, like, have you like found that your, I guess, experience booking bands, because you have a lot of bands come through Salty Sisters,
Yeah.
and I looked at every time I see you promote a different band, I'm like, Tiffany has to be using her experience of like booking bands and her knowledge of that. So is that easy for you to do, or I mean, because now you with bands and stuff, there's a whole new layer of work
Social
involved.
media.
Yeah, that's
Ownership.
why it's my job and not my business partners, because they're dealing with so many other things. And I'm like, okay, I'll take on the band thing, thinking it was just going to be like a few like moments of the day where I had to like call a band and book a band. No, it is crazy, 10 times harder than I thought it was going to be. And so now I'm from the other side, and it's interesting because I've always been like charging restaurant owners like whatever and not caring. But now coming from the other side, and it was funny because one of my bands didn't want to play outside. And they were like, yeah, no band would play outside in like 50 degrees. And I was like, okay, so I was in an all-girl band in Vegas for 10 years, and we played in 30 degrees. So, like...
Yeah. Well, you would play wherever they needed you. Like, if they needed you...
I mentioned 6 times, my all-girl band, yeah, we would play outside in the cold. Yeah, the all-girl band, we had to wear, gloves, the all-girl band.
Right.
I mentioned girls like 5 times so that they felt like pussies.
Yeah,
but
I like you're becoming a bully owner. Yeah, Tom
I
loves
am.
this.
Oh, you
On
get
the
hardened
inside.
by the world.
Yeah, you're tough. And you know what? You can also do what, there's attorneys that say, I was a sheriff, but now I'm an attorney. You can say, you're like that. You can be like, I was in a band, and now I'm
I book band.
I book band.
Absolutely. Oh, believe me, I'm using that I was in a band thing as much as I have
yeah.
to use it because they'll come up with every excuse in the book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, my voice, it's too cold, and maybe my equipment might get
Your voice is
rained
too
on,
cold for your voice. You're not Celine Dion. Get out there on the stage and sell some smash burgers, you dick.
Yeah,
That's what I'd say.
we had a band call in because they didn't want to play outside when it was a 30% chance of rain, and I was like, I have a tarp.
Yeah.
Like,
You ever
I
put
don't
a
know,
trash
man.
bag on your
Maybe
bass
I'm
rig?
just
I have. You ever put
Get
a
out
trash bag? Put a trash bag over your cymbals, you pussy. I hate that, man. Just get out there and play. Good Lord.
I'm hardened, man, and because my band would do it, we played if there was rain. We threw a tarp on our equipment.
Yeah.
Like, we just dealt with whatever we had to, and either we were easy to deal with and I didn't realize it at the time, or this is just the new way of pussies. I don't know.
No,
Look, if you wanna-
my husband played in the rain out
Yeah,
of Toughies.
He
but yeah.
did. He put his equipment as
Yeah.
close to the tarp thing area in the back of the little RV as he could. And he got out there and he played because he's the pro.
I'm sure it's all subjective, and different bands will,
Oh God, you're like a beachside. You're a little beachside reggae band. You get out there and the lead singer goes to his car and gets out a special case for his microphone. I'm like, oh my God, are you crazy? Are you
Yeah, and it
crazy?
didn't even rain that day, so I was like aggravated because that affects our sales like so much, like, oh, just play. It's only a 30% chance, and it didn't rain, and I'm like, these MFers, but
or at least go show up, and then if it looks like it's gonna rain, be like, I don't want to get my equipment wet, but don't look at 30% chance. That could mean nothing.
Well, I've
like,
always
in Florida, like every day is 30% chance of rain.
Yeah, and by the way, that means 30% chance in that geographical area, and
right.
so
I
it
know,
doesn't
I
mean
learned about
there.
that the other day too.
Yeah.
I know everything about weather now.
Another thing that's like interesting to me is that maybe
you
this
should have
is-
become a weather girl.
Oh, hey.
So much
I
easier.
My
perfect
God.
again.
Yeah.
I would watch that on Fox 35. There she is.
They hire for that.
Every
you
morning,
don't even need
yeah.
to know about the weather.
Waking up with Tiffany.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah, and you're there, and you're like, hey, it's rainy, but man, look what she's wearing. Holy moly.
Anyway, sorry, Tiff. So what else you got coming up? I know you mentioned Supervillains coming up March 3rd, but you do
karaoke, right?
I do karaoke every Thursday, and I'll tell you what, we got an hour rotation for our karaoke. It started out only 3 people at karaoke, and now you're lucky if you get your name in. So if you want to come down to karaoke, you better get there now.
All right,
Yeah,
all
start
right.
at 6. Don't get there now. Get there at like 5.
Do you have the machine and all that, or do you?
No, we hire a guy. Okay, I'm a little bit pro level. We hire a guy.
Okay, all right. We thought you had you're over there with a CD player.
Oh yeah, me and Tiffany got a business meeting after this, and I got to talk to you about.
He wants you to dress like a weather woman. For
No. I want to talk.
You hear that? It sounded like Tiff. Did you hang up? It sounded like you hung up.
No, I'm good. I just
Tiffany's tough as hell. Like
I know.
Some sexual harassment ain't gonna bother her. She's been through everything. Like Tiffany,
I don't even notice.
Yeah, Tiff doesn't notice. I think she thinks that she's still got it.
She screams, "Get to work!" to herself.
Yeah, she's trying to go to work now. You won't get lit her off the phone.
I know. We want to talk about the atrocity.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I got karaoke on Thursdays. And then, I think I'm going to do my own bingo, though. We had a bingo guy in last night, and I feel like I could do it better.
Oh my God, you're female Tom Van.
She is an old lady. Bingo and weather.
This is the female Tom Van. She's like, I saw this guy do it. Bingo. You bingo jockey. I can do that with my eyes shut.
And he left
Tiffany
his daubers, so I'm like, okay, cool. Now I got daubers all ready to go.
Well, you got more balls. I'd be afraid that the bingo guy
I see
would.
what you did with the bingo joke.
No, I'm just saying would hear that because this is being broadcast. I think his feelings hurt.
Like he's trying to set the bar
He
on
doesn't
fire.
listen. He's in Tampa. He doesn't listen.
He's in Tampa. Oh man.
It goes out to Tampa too. I think.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, then never mind.
It's a pod. It goes on the internet.
What's his name? Let's ruin his life.
It goes worldwide.
Let's take him out. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
Let's dox him.
Well, we're on corporate. I don't know. I don't know what you
Get to work.
You hear that, Bingo Billy? We're coming for you. Tom and Dan Bingo.
All right, Tiffany.
And then, I did a speed dating on Valentine's Day.
I knew you would do it.
I saw that. How does that work?
I knew you would do a couple of creative.
It went crazily good. Surprisingly, it went really good. We had 8 dudes and 30 girls, though, so that part was a little, uneven.
That's kind of gross.
But
Really?
we made 3 love connections. where I want to say they went home with each other. I'm not even being.
Well, that's not a love connection,
Right.
Tiffany. That's not a love connection.
Hey, don't ruin it.
That is
It was a love
that is
connection.
a sandy beach grind.
You got 3 boofers.
3 boofers.
Yeah, like 3 people were like hanging out afterwards and exchanging numbers, like that we saw during the speed dating. Like they connected. I was like, this thing freaking worked. I couldn't believe it.
My God.
Also,
You're making babies there at Salty
I would
Sisters.
expect the opposite, that you would have more men than women show up to those things.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but nope. I think guys are scared of that. So if you're single in Cocoa Beach, this is the place to go. Salty Sisters.
Wow, my God, you heard that.
right.
Home of the 30 women.
Yeah,
30 to 8 is the ratio there.
Isn't the girls usually afraid of strangers?
Not at Salty Sisters. It's a safe place.
Like the
That's right,
guys
the
are like,
sisterhood.
I'm
Yeah,
intimidated by too many
Maybe that
women.
is.
I
Maybe
bet
because
so.
it's
I
a
bet
female-owned
yeah.
bar. I'm serious. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it goes a long way. You have a reputation. We know you're tough. You don't take any crap, but you're also sweet. But like, I feel like maybe a lot of women know you and go like, "Oh, I'd go to that." So that's probably why.
Actually, a lot of people were like, "Oh, good, finally a restaurant bar for women." There's none of those. And at first I was like, "What? We didn't make it for women." But now
Take your money.
I could see that because we did spend extra time in the women's room than the men's.
No,
So did Dr. Phillips. Let's be honest. So
did
did Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips got $1 million bathroom for the ladies, and then the guys get a regular bathroom. It's nice, but it's not the gold bathroom that the ladies get.
All right, Tiffany. Well, we'll let you go. Again, Salty Sisters in Cocoa Beach. Remember, can you get your Supervillains tickets online, or is it day
Yes,
of?
Yeah, it's
Eventbrite.
on Eventbrite, or if you just go on our Facebook, which is Salty Sisters CB on Facebook, and then you can just click on the links, and it'll take you right to the Eventbrite. Or if you just have like the Eventbrite app, you can just search Supervillains, and you'll see that they're playing at Salty Sisters 3-3. Get your tickets now.
Yeah,
or
3-3.
at the door.
Snag the ticket. You save a little money if you get them now, and I'm sure Tiff would rather it sell out
I
beforehand.
would rather. That way I know how to staff.
Yeah, so get your tickets now. Go to Eventbrite. We put the link in the chat room. Tiff, we love you. We hope, if you need any other help from us, please don't be a stranger. Get at us, okay?
Well, I got my meeting with Tom after the
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
well,
we'll talk
yeah.
business.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a bunch of
Okay.
ideas.
He's
And-
got a lot of crazy ideas.
And I'll just make up ideas as I'm talking to you, so that's fun.
That's
too.
what we always do. That's what we always
That's
do.
how it was going to go.
Yeah. I haven't written down anything in the last 18 years.
Oh.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
See
Love
ya.
you too. So, yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
We will be right back.
All right. We did it.
Just need some intros.
Yeah. Whew. Where's that go to?
Monday 2.
Monday 2.
All right.
Nice job. What intro are we doing? Or intros?
Tonight and tomorrow.
right,
So
what was
Thursday is
Thursday?
Jana and Jason, and then Dan St. Pierre.
Okay. Friday.
Friday was Alina Burrows.
They want
I got something.
to interview Pudge this year.
Okay.
He's grumpy, right?
Oh, he's grumpy. Yeah, he's not as grumpy as his turkey leg, his brother.
Could we
Turkey leg's
get
more
him at
grumpy.
the same time?
It's funny because we all as friends, and you'll see it on the camping trip this weekend, will make fun of James for being grumpy, the grumpiest out of all our friends. I've never been the
You won't even register
no
on the scale.
Well, I've always been the fun-loving guy.
You have.
That wore the bear suit.
I think
and
you still are, though.
They don't know me
I think
as
you
the
still are.
grumpy.
I think you just got a lot on your mind, and I think you recede, like you go into thought
As
position.
you get quiet.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, why so quiet? He must be grumpy.
People don't like quiet.
No,
Yeah, I know. All right. You said you
I
got
think
something.
we're the exact opposite. You're a chirper. I'm quiet.
It works. It works.
That's why the
So-
marriage works.
I guess. I don't know. Sometimes
Everyone's somehow driving Sam crazy.
Did
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Hey, but did you notice that?
Too much or too little?
Can I ask you a serious friend question? As we were walking to Publix, like when we walked together, did you notice that how hard it was for me to not say anything as we got to the door? I didn't say a word until we got to the door of Publix. Do you know how hard that was for
No,
me?
yeah.
Do you know
I
how
appreciate
fucking
it.
hard
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was for me?
I feel it, how hard it is. Yeah.
It's
like you're
literally like
holding-
lifting weights.
Yeah. You're like,
I'm like holding the world. Atlas. I'm like little fat Atlas. I'm fatless. I'm little fatless. All right. Jana and Dan, you said you had something or no?
Yeah. I got something.
3, 2.
Hey, have I been grumpy lately?
Yeah.
I've
No,
had
but
some
you're got a
complaint-
gurgly
Oh, yeah.
throat.
Grumpy, gurgly. That's what they call me. Gurgly, grumpy. They love it.
Sorry. I just try to improv whatever we're talking about at the time. All right, and this is Elena Burrows.
I got something.
3, 2.
Hey, you know how Spark STEM Fest is happening this weekend from
Yeah.
Orlando Science Center?
Yeah, over the Science Center.
Well, we've got Elena Burrows coming in. And,
Oh, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's got a TV show. She's super famous.
Yeah, she
and,
is,
she knows science.
Big time laser shooter. I went to say her other job, and that's why I pivoted to laser shooter, because I realized that she said contractually she's not supposed to lean in the other job. So.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Let me do Black God. I'm embarrassed. I wore my 7-Eleven Crocs today, and if I have to go to the doctor, and that's embarrassing. A little embarrassing. Bye, guys.